Hey everyone, welcome to Tathastu. I hope you all are doing good. Well, for last 9 months, one thing which is in news, one thing which is considered a buzzword is ChatGPT. And today again, this ChatGPT is in news because the parent company of this ChatGPT, OpenAI, is in news. Few media organizations from United States and across the world, they are threatening OpenAI that they are going to sue them because of copyright infringement and plagiarism. So today we are going to talk about this the future between the legal battle between this journalistic thing and the future of AI, and the concerns regarding this thing, that why these new news media agencies are quite concerned that the way OpenAI and ChatGPT are functioning, there could be chances that this could lead to the extinction of these companies. Okay, so let's start with it. But first of all, let's focus on this thing. There's a small information for you. 4 courses have been launched by Tathastu. So one is MSLV, Main Success Launch Vehicle. Admissions are open for it. Second is PSLV. It is coming soon, and this will primarily and specifically focus on your prelims preparation. Other than this, there's an NCERT module, which is specifically for which will let you know that how the UPSC is primarily based on it. It primarily revolves around the NCERT, so you can enroll into it if you want. Registrations are open now. And fourth is philosophy optional. It will start from 15th of September and it will be held by Dr. Tanuja ma'am herself. Okay, so let's start with the news. So what is the news? A group of news media organizations recently shut off the OpenAI's ability to access their content. Okay, because of this plagiarism. We'll talk about this afterwards, that how is this affecting them. But for now, just the news that they are shutting off OpenAI's ability to access their content, and this New York Times is planning to sue the OpenAI over copyright violations. That they are saying that broadly whatever which is being planned and which is being presented by OpenAI and ChatGPT, this is broadly taken from our articles and we are not even compensated for that. Okay, so that's the news. Now, first of all, before dwelling into all these things, into the nitty-gritties and the legalities of all these things and the technicalities of LLM and everything, what is artificial intelligence? I think this is the 3rd video where we are talking about artificial intelligence, and this whole, I think that decade, not even this year, this whole decade is going specifically for this thing. We are going to talk about this artificial intelligence for quite a few times now. Okay, so AI is the ability of a computer or a robot controlled by a computer to do the tasks that are usually done by the humans, because they require human intelligence and discretion to do that. Okay, so anything which is being done by a human is done by a robot or a computer, or a robot controlled by a computer, is called artificial intelligence. AI algorithms, just a second, AI algorithms are trained using large data sets so that they can identify patterns, make predictions and recommend actions much like a human would do, but just in a faster way, in an efficient way, and in a more better version, in a more better ways. Okay, so whatever human is doing, a human is doing, the broad aim of AI is to do that thing in an efficient way, in a faster, in a better way. Okay, so this is broadly, this is AI, and this is the definition of AI. Now, what is OpenAI, which is in news, and today we are going to talk about this, that the news agencies have sued them. They are threatening to sue them, and they have stopped this OpenAI to access their content. So what is OpenAI? OpenAI is an artificial intelligence research company. The company is best known for creating ChatGPT, which is an AI conversational chatbot. Other than ChatGPT, there are various products which have been launched by OpenAI, but ChatGPT is one of the most famous. Other than this, there is a particular software which is called DALL-E. Okay, DALLE, and the main work of this particular software, this particular thing, is to create images. Just like ChatGPT, it creates text, this DALL-E creates images. Okay, so ChatGPT can answer questions, write stories, essays, even help program, write software code. That is why it has been called, this ChatGPT has been called a new revolution. It is something which is leading the 4th revolution, the Industrial Revolution 4.0, which is everybody is talking about, which revolves around ABCD, that is artificial intelligence, blockchain, chips, data, everything. These are the new pillars of this 4.0, industrial 4.0, industrial revolution 4.0's pillars are these 4 things, and chat GPT is the leading thing, is specifically a thing which is leading all these things. Now why did the news media organizations block OpenAI? Specifically क्या दिक्कत है, क्यों block कर दिया गया? So the thing is that the news media organizations are concerned that OpenAI is using their content without permission to train their AI models. Okay, so होता क्या है, there is a thing, these AI models, okay, they get content from something and they train their models, they get their content from a large database. Okay, from a large database they allow their content or their softwares to read it, to comprehensively understand it, and then create their own original or own distinct data. Okay, their या फिर own information, but this information is broadly dependent on this database, and this database has been taken from the newspapers, the New York Times newspaper, Guardian, Hindu, Indian Express, all these things. Okay, so that is why that's the problem, ki your database, the source of your information is a thing which is concerning. Your source of information is actually us. The companies are saying, the newspaper agencies are saying that maybe you're creating something original, something different, maybe you're presenting your information in a different way, but your source of information belongs to us, and that is why we want this all suing thing and everything would follow on. Okay, so they argue that this is a form of copyright infringement, as I've explained you, and they also worry that OpenAI is not giving them any benefit in return for using their content. Okay, so we'll discuss how Google and Meta are giving that benefit to these companies, these New York Times and these news media agencies. On the other hand, this OpenAI is not doing the same. Okay, so what is the debate? But before this, let's talk about this particular debate, which we discussed, the database from which they are creating their content. The question over that database, the question over the source of the database is there. So let's talk about that. The debate over the data source for ChatGPT. So the large language model, LLMs, they are known to AI researchers, form the foundation of the software solutions like ChatGPT. Okay, so these language models, these large LLMs. So what is LLM, large language model? It is a thing which is being used by the artificial intelligence to gather the information and to comprehend it. Okay, ChatGPT, for ChatGPT it is 3.0, ChatGPT 3.0. For Google's Bard it is Lambda, and for Bernie there would be something else. So there is a specific model for each and every software, and there's a specific way in which they generate their information and they collect their information. Okay, but the thing which is being used by all these artificial intelligence companies is LLM. It is called LLM, large language model. Okay, and these models function in a different way, be it Lambda, be it 3.0, be it Bernie, something else. Okay, so these are the things. Massive volume of data are needed by LLMs to train their systems. Okay, now this massive volume of data is the source of this data. Okay, the data which we are seeing, the data which we are reading, these are the things, not we, the OpenAI and the ChatGPT is a source of, is a point of concern for news media agencies. Digital assistants and chat bots must study human language patterns if they are to comprehend the queries that people pose to them. Okay, if people are asking some questions, they need some answers in their simplistic language, in the language in which they have asked. For that you need information, you need comprehensive information, you need comprehensive data. Okay, and the type of training data used by LLMs focused tech companies like Google, Meta, AI is kept a secret. What is the type of what is the type of model which they are using to train their these LLM models is kept a secret by every tech company, every big tech company. Okay, these tech businesses use programs known as crawlers to scan the web pages, collect content and compile it into a data set for its LLM, that is large language model. Okay, other than compiling the information, other than collecting the large data information and creating data sets and then creating content from it, another thing which they use is web crawlers. Now what are web crawlers? Web crawlers are basically, they go onto the system, they go, if you ask something like Jallianwala Bagh, okay, so they will go and they will search they'll read a book which has been written by Bipin Chandra, they'll read an article which has been written by maybe Romila Thapar or someone like a renowned historian, and his or her research paper, they'll read it, they'll crawl it. Okay, on YouTube also there are crawlers who just see, and the YouTube algorithms works like that, that the crawlers go and see your thumbnail, they analyze the thumbnail, they analyze the title, and then they push the video further. And similarly these things are happening. These things actually they have started happening firstly in this thing, in this writing thing, and then the internet, and then it goes on to the YouTube thing. Okay, so that these tech businesses also use programs known as crawlers to scan the web pages, collect content and compile it into a database. And these are the crawlers which have been banned by these companies, these media organizations, that we don't allow OpenAI's crawlers to scan our content, because the content which has been scanned has been used to create the massive amount of data which has been analyzed and then presented it into a different language. So it actually belongs to us, they are claiming this. Okay, now what is the reason behind news outlets' decision? Why have they banned OpenAI from accessing their information, and now they are planning to sue them? What is the reason? Because since now Google, Bing and Meta, they have also been crawling and they have also been collecting the information. Now what's the difference? So let's see that difference. Search engines like Google and Bing also use the web crawlers to index their websites and present relevant results for the searches of the topic. Okay, however, these search engines represent a mutually beneficial relationship. Both these media organizations, New York Times, Guardians or something like that, these organizations, media organizations, and these tech companies, there is a mutual benefit for both of them. How? We'll see it. But the Google, for instance, takes a snippet of a news or an article, a headline, a blurb, or perhaps a couple of sentences, and reproduce them to make its search result very much useful. One thing is this. Other than this is, while Google profits off from that content, just a second, while Google profits off from that content, it also directs a significant amount of user traffic to the news website. Okay, there is something which has been asked. Suppose Adani was in news. Okay, so there is a new report, OCCRP report on Adani, and people are searching this OCCRP report, and different things are opening. Google is providing information, but Google is also directing the audiences to different websites. Particularly this report has been published by the Financial Times and Guardians, and particularly OCCRP. So people will also go on to OCCRP, and the two companies who have published it, Guardians and Financial Times, they'll also go on that. Okay, so there's a mutual benefit. Although they are using it, Google as a platform, but people are also visiting on these kind of websites also. Okay, so there's a mutual benefit. Traffic is also going on to the news websites. On the other hand, OpenAI provides no benefit, no monetary transfer, and the monetary or the otherwise, to the news companies. Okay, because there's a wall in artificial intelligence, or in these chat GPTs, Bards and Bernie, there's a confined thing where you come in with the thought that I'll get everything in a enclosed place in a limited amount of manner, and I don't have to search for different articles. If you don't have to search for different articles, it means you don't have to visit at different websites, at different platforms, at different news websites, news organizations platforms. Okay, and they will not generate revenue which they were generating earlier. Okay, so this is the problem. This is one problem. It simply collects publicly available data and uses it for companies' own purpose. Okay, so this whole allegation over OpenAI and ChatGPT is they collect the information, they generate new information from that, they use our data for generating that information, and they're making money from that, but they're not sharing this, and we are not getting any sort of monetary benefit from that thing also. Okay, that is why this thing. So that is why it has been said that the news on this OpenAI being blocked by the news media organizations is a reminder of complex legal and ethical issues surrounding the artificial intelligence. There is new artificial AI regulation which is being proposed by the government of India also, and there have been talks about the ethicality and the legality of the OpenAI and the way it has been used. Okay, so this is one new angle into it, and let's see how it turns out. But the legal battle ahead will have an interesting implication for journalism, for intellectual property, and for the future of artificial intelligence. Well, let's wait and see. But until now, we have understood what is the whole khachdi between these media organizations and OpenAI, and what is the way forward will be told by the courts, respective courts, where this news and this case has been put forward. But for now, we have understood that what is the reason and what is the problem of these news media agencies, and why are they blaming OpenAI's ChatGPT that they have literally stole our content, and there's a thing of plagiarism related to this. Okay, we'll meet in the other class. Until then, take care. Bye bye.